This is Neptune. From a distance, it looks calm, beautiful, and almost peaceful, a giant blue marble floating in the darkness of space. But don't let its appearance fool you. Hidden beneath those deep blue clouds are the most violent winds in the solar system, storms larger than Earth, temperatures cold enough to freeze almost anything, and pressures so extreme that no human could survive them. If you ever found yourself on Neptune, your journey wouldn't last very long. In fact, Neptune is one of the most hostile worlds we have ever discovered. So today, we're going to explore what Neptune is really like, what would happen if you traveled there, and why this distant planet is far more terrifying than most people realize. Neptune is the eighth and farthest major planet from the Sun. It orbits nearly 4.5 billion kilometers away from our star. At that distance, sunlight becomes incredibly weak. If you were standing near Neptune, the sun would no longer dominate the sky the way it does on Earth. Instead, it would appear as an extremely bright star. This enormous distance means Neptune takes about 165 Earth years to complete just one orbit around the Sun. Think about that for a moment. A person born today would never live long enough to see a full Neptunian year pass. 1 year on Neptune lasts longer than the average human lifetime. Already, Neptune begins to feel less like a planet and more like an alien world completely disconnected from our everyday experience. And things only get stranger from here. At first glance, Neptune appears beautiful. Its deep blue color makes it one of the most recognizable planets in the solar system. But that blue appearance hides a dangerous reality. Neptune belongs to a category known as ice giants. Despite the name, Neptune isn't a giant frozen ball of ice. Instead, scientists believe its interior contains massive amounts of water, ammonia, and methane under unimaginable pressures. The methane high in Neptune's atmosphere absorbs red light and reflects blue wavelengths back into space. That's why Neptune appears blue. Yet beneath those beautiful clouds lies a world of chaos. A world where weather behaves in ways almost impossible to imagine. Imagine the strongest storm you've ever seen. Now forget it, because Neptune experiences winds reaching over 2,000 kilometers per hour. These are the fastest planetary winds ever observed in the solar system. Some move so quickly that they approach the speed of sound. Scientists still don't fully understand how Neptune generates such powerful winds despite receiving so little energy from the Sun. The planet somehow produces more internal heat than expected. That energy helps drive enormous atmospheric systems. If a human aircraft somehow entered Neptune's atmosphere, those winds would tear it apart long before it reached deeper layers. Nothing on Earth compares to this level of atmospheric violence. And the storms causing these winds are equally terrifying. Neptune is one of the coldest places in the solar system. Cloud top temperatures can fall to around -200 degrees Celsius. At temperatures like these, survival becomes impossible. Most materials become brittle. Electronics struggle. Human life ends almost instantly without extreme protection. Yet strangely, Neptune's interior is much hotter than its outer atmosphere. Deep inside the planet, temperatures rise dramatically. This creates a bizarre contrast. A frozen outer world hiding immense heat within. Like a cosmic monster wearing an icy disguise. Imagine for a moment that you could somehow travel to Neptune. Your spacecraft approaches the giant blue planet. At first, everything looks calm. The clouds appear soft and peaceful from a distance. But as you descend, the reality becomes terrifying. Unlike Earth, Neptune has no solid surface waiting beneath the clouds. There is no ground to stand on, no mountains, no oceans, no continents, only deeper and deeper layers of atmosphere. As you fall, the winds become stronger. The pressure begins rising rapidly. Your spacecraft starts shaking violently. The deeper you go, the darker everything becomes. Soon, sunlight is little more than a faint glow above you. Then it disappears entirely. You are now entering a world where almost no light exists. A place few humans have ever imagined. And things are about to get much worse. On Earth, we rarely think about air pressure. But on Neptune, pressure becomes one of the greatest dangers. Every kilometer you descend increases the force pushing against you. Your body would never survive these conditions. Even the strongest materials ever built by humans would eventually fail. The atmosphere becomes so dense that it no longer feels like air. Instead, it begins behaving more like a liquid. The deeper you go, the more Neptune transforms into something completely alien. A world where the distinction between gas and liquid starts to disappear. At these depths, survival is impossible. But Neptune still has one final surprise waiting below. One of the strangest scientific theories about Neptune involves diamonds. Scientists believe the extreme pressure deep inside the planet may break apart methane molecules. When this happens, carbon atoms could be compressed into diamonds. Those diamonds may then sink through the planet's interior like rain. Think about that. On Earth, diamonds are among the most valuable materials. On Neptune, they might literally fall from the sky. Entire storms of diamonds. A phenomenon so strange it sounds like science fiction. Yet according to current scientific models, it may actually happen. Neptune is a place where reality becomes more unbelievable than imagination. Far beneath Neptune's clouds lies a mysterious interior. Scientists believe enormous layers of superheated water may exist there. But this is not ordinary water. The temperatures and pressures are so extreme that water behaves in unusual ways. Some researchers believe a strange form called superionic water may exist. In this state, water acts partly like a liquid and partly like a solid. Imagine oceans that don't behave like oceans. Water that doesn't follow the rules we know on Earth. Neptune constantly challenges everything we think we understand about planets, and we've only explored a tiny fraction of it. Orbiting Neptune is a strange moon called Triton. Triton is unlike almost every major moon in the solar system. It travels around Neptune in the opposite direction of the planet's rotation. This suggests Triton was probably captured long ago rather than forming naturally around Neptune. Its surface is incredibly cold, yet scientists have observed geysers erupting from it. Imagine standing on a frozen world billions of kilometers from the sun and seeing material shooting into the sky. Triton remains one of the most mysterious objects we've ever discovered. And one day, it may even be torn apart by Neptune's gravity. If that happens, Neptune could gain a spectacular ring system larger than the one we see today. The truth is that Neptune remains one of the least understood planets in our solar system. Only one spacecraft has ever visited it. That spacecraft was Voyager 2 in 1989. For a brief moment, humanity got a closer look at this distant giant. Then the spacecraft continued its journey into deep space. Since then, Neptune has mostly remained alone in the darkness. Many questions remain unanswered. How exactly do its storms form? Why are its winds so powerful? What is really happening deep inside its interior? Every answer seems to reveal even more mysteries. Even today, Neptune continues to challenge scientists. There is something unsettling about Neptune, not just because of its storms, not just because of its freezing temperatures, but because of its isolation. It exists billions of kilometers away from Earth, a distant giant drifting through darkness. Most humans will never see it with their own eyes. Most spacecraft will never visit it, and yet it continues orbiting the sun, year after year, century after century, silent, cold, mysterious, almost untouched by humanity. It is a reminder of how small we truly are. Neptune may look beautiful from a distance. Its deep blue color makes it appear calm and peaceful. But beneath those clouds lies one of the most extreme environments in the solar system. Winds faster than any storm on Earth. Temperatures cold enough to freeze almost everything. Pressures powerful enough to crush nearly anything that enters. Possible oceans unlike anything we've ever seen. And perhaps even rain made of diamonds. The more we learn about Neptune, the stranger it becomes. And that's what makes it so fascinating. Because sometimes the most terrifying places in the universe are also the most beautiful. This is Neptune. And it is far more terrifying than you think. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey to the edge of the solar system, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and let me know which planet you want to explore next. Until then, keep looking up, because the universe still has many secrets left to reveal.